By the age of 18, I had already started to consider myself an atheist, at least with the terms of a Gnostic atheist. But the whole time here, even at the young age, in childhood, I realized, now I ain't talking about my teenage years now, I had already realized the consequences and the dangers of me denying God and denying religion. There seems to be now this type of attitude that a child do not need to fear denying God and denying religion to their parents, because essentially the only thing that will happen is their parents in the community will seek to educate them on the matter and send them to church. But as this is bad enough by itself, it's not all entirely accurate. This is not the only thing that can happen to a child. Not too far from where I live, there were indeed an incident where a 7-year-old boy came out to his mother and his father as an atheist, essentially saying that he does not believe in God. And so naturally the mother was infuriated and sent the boy to therapists, to multiple therapists. Once the regular therapist didn't work, sent him to a disciplinary therapist, behavioral therapist. And once this did not seem to work, sent him to a disciplinary school where the boy still resides. And from the way things look, he's probably going to be in there until he reaches the age of 18, and now be coined with the label of antisocial criminal guy. And so he's pretty much destroyed for the rest of his life. But we'll have to see what happens when he come out of this facility or whatever type place that they have seen to put him in. The main thing is the whole thing about growing up with religion. People need to understand that religion does not give you knowledge and intelligence. It does not educate you. It makes you ignorant. And this is one of the things that people have problems with, particularly down south, and is that they think that their religion gives them the right and gives them this all-powering knowledge now to be able to go over and to moralize everyone to their standards, because their standards is the right standard. And so as soon as someone comes out against their little bubble, their little standard, as soon as someone comes out against God, this person is now deemed evil and immoral, and they must be put with behavioral therapists, put in special behavioral modification programs, and it's just absurd. But this is what people think is necessary. And I don't want to just make this particularly saying that this happens in the South. This happens all over the nation. Matter of fact, I'm just going to stop saying this happens in the South mess, because I don't want to let off anybody who doesn't deserve to be let off the hook here. This happens pretty much all over the map in the United States. And it needs to stop. I remember when I think I was 17 or 18. No, I was 18 years old. Yes, I was 18 years old. The year was 2003. Yes, it was 2003. November 2003. I was 18 years old. And that was, I wrote a speech called Equality in America. And what I was talking about was how we need to treat the homosexuals in this nation, the transsexuals, transvestites, the transgenders, I was one of the first ones in my community to really tackle on this subject. And also, I was talking about the treatment of atheists and how atheists is pursued in this nation. And I still, to this day, stick to this point, that if you really want to know the atheist's place in this country, read the currency, or listen to the words and the prayers to the flag. This will tell you what they think about atheists in this country. But I remember my sister being very upset with me when she actually heard the speech. And the way she heard the speech, she didn't read the speech, because my handwriting is awful, and nobody can read the speech. So this wasn't typed. I had handwritten it, and I don't do that no more. I don't ever handwrite stuff anymore because it hurts. But basically I was recording this speech on the tape recorder, and she came over and she was listening to it. That's how she heard the speech, and she was infuriated with it because of the simple fact that I came out so strongly for gay rights, for transgender and transvestite rights, and so strongly for atheist rights, and removing the phrase under God from the pledge, and in God we trust from the currency, and the level deems out for equality for the atheists. And she just was infuriated and said that I was a heathen, that I was going to jail, that I was the Antichrist. These are the type of things that you get even from your own family members, or when you indeed come out as an atheist. Well, what I want to talk about now is, yesterday I was watching the History Channel, and I had to watch this. I usually don't watch crap like this, but I had to watch this because it was just hilarious with the way it was put together. And they was talking about Notre Dame's, or Notre Dame's, whatever you want to call them. And they was talking about his predictions and how he predicted that there were 3 Antichrists. And he said that the first Antichrist, supposedly by his prediction, is supposed to be Napoleon Bonaparte. And then the next Antichrist were Adolf Hitler. And then the third Antichrist is supposedly living amongst us now, but hasn't risen to power yet. And this is the Antichrist that is supposedly going to destroy mankind and launch us into a 27-year-long war after the Antichrist's death. And they're saying, well, who is the Antichrist? This is crazy, of course. But it is amazing how they just were so sincere and thought that there was nothing wrong with the philosophy and the rationale they was using behind these so-called predictions of the Antichrist. When in all reality, there's no such thing as an Antichrist, because there's no such thing as Christ. And so it's just crazy. But growing up in religion is tough, and it is very, very dangerous. Luckily, my life wasn't often put in danger, but it can be. And as far as the overall subject of going on with religion, I must say, it sucks.